Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin, out for another little stealth camp today. You can kind of see I'm in a bit of a pavilion. Not stealth camping here. Maybe someday I will stealth camp in a pavilion. God, man, no. But that is not today. Today, I'm gonna camp in a ditch. That's right, a ditch. And you know what? I saw a homeless camp about a week or so ago right next to this ditch. So I'm gonna check that out. And then I'm gonna camp in the ditch. I'm gonna be so stealthy. Before we start, I'd like to ask, maybe give this video just a little thumbs up, just a little like there. That would just do my elder heart a whimsy. And, you know, subscribe. I do tons of videos like these. I put out a video every week, most weeks. I try for every week. It's most weeks, not every week. But yeah, let's go. Get back to my bike here. Let's go camping in this ditch. There's a ton of people out today. I think there's some kind of walk, heart walk, something or other. I was zigzagging between people the entire way here. Coming up on your right. Coming up on your right. You're good.
Don't scare me, he's gonna get spit on.
Coming up on your left. Thank you. So it's going to be interesting when I get down the trail a little bit, if it'll be as busy, more busy, less busy, any other combination of busy that I'm missing. I'm just curious, we'll see. Looks like he wasn't there. Well, that's good. Okay, I've ridden my bike around, I've done a bit of a loop, saw a deer, no homeless. Ever since I saw that little camp, it's just in my mind that now this place is on the radar, and I don't want to walk up on some place thinking I'm going to camp, and somebody's already camping there. So far I'm good. Let's get in the woods. There's definitely some activity, probably deer, but a bunch of the plant life is flat around here. I don't see any other prints other than deer. I'm gonna take a look around before I start setting up. I want to see if anyone's moved in. So I have been to this spot before, a couple times actually. I wanted to stealth camp with a tent, put a poll up on the community page a few days ago, and with over 400 votes, about 200 of those votes were for the next stealth camp to have a tent. So that's what I'm doing here. So I needed to find a place that I knew I could set up a tent at, and this was the first one that came to mind. It's always a precarious situation coming out to a stealth camp, not knowing exactly what you're gonna find. I just want to take a quick look into the woods here. Make sure there's no new neighbors. I don't see any signs of anybody. No, I think we're good. I don't think I need to go any farther. It's pretty thick back there. Whew. Trail was full of people. Absolutely full of people. When I came in here, I didn't even look. It was pointless because there was gonna be people. Yeah, Nice little spot here. Going to have a fire tonight. It's another reason I came back to this spot, is I know that I can have a fire. Once it gets a little darker, obviously. I don't want smoke bellowing out of the woods and onto the trail and into there's a shopping plaza over there. Yeah, no boot prints or anything like that. Nothing like that. Wonderful. Well, I guess there's only really one thing left to do, and that's set up my tent. Okay, I'm gonna go through my bag because it's kind of packed up weirdly. I didn't want to have my chair and my tent on the outside of my bag. I brought both, and those are both things that have to be on the outside. Unless I did what I did today. Got my tent poles sticking up out the side and the tent rolled up in the bag with my chair on the bottom there. Whoa, okay, well that's all right. It's important that I get as much poison ivy on my bike's handlebars as humanly possible. Oh, I got dirt on my new seat. What? Oh gosh, oh gosh. I think right here where I'm standing is probably the best spot for a tent. It's probably the flattest here. The sides of the ditch can get pretty narrow the farther you walk down into the ditch. And there's like tons of trash and garbage, and that's all asphalt, and there's like big poles, metal poles, more metal poles. This metal cable that kind of looks like a plant that would just kill you instantly if you fell on it. So I'm gonna stay away from there. Although I am probably gonna have my fire over there, because the trail, you guys can see a little where the light comes in over there, is right over there. It's not far, 50 to 100 feet, somewhere in there. It's not far at all. So the tent being right here, I think is gonna be okay. And then the fire over there. Using one of these kind of tarps today as a ground sheet. It rained all last night and most of today, so the ground is kind of wet. I didn't want to mess around, so here we go. We used one of these. I haven't used one of these in well over a year, almost 2 years probably. I don't know. One of the downsides of using a tent while stealth camping, other than that you need specific ground and circumstances in which to use it, is the sounds of setting up a tent are familiar to a lot of people. Particularly the poles, tarps, things like that. People start hearing tent poles, they know what they're hearing generally. So I gotta keep it on the hush hush. pretty simple. I know a lot of people, when they set up tents and it's not windy, they just won't put the stakes in, and that's fine. But for this particular tent, I don't know if it's all tents or just this style or this particular one, but staking in the corners really helps it take shape. You know, it's fine with just the 2 poles, but I feel like inside you get like a foot to 1.5 foot more room if you just stake out the sides. So did that. Drink some water out of my Weird Al water bottle that I got when I saw Weird Al the other week. This is not all the water I brought. This just fits on my bike, so it's kind of extra. One thing I really like about tents is you get some space. You get a little space to put your stuff in. Not too bad, not too shabby. So I'm gonna start setting up right now. Usually I just set up my hammock and then put the sleeping pad and stuff in there later. I'm gonna do all that right now because why not? I gotta sleep diagonal in this tent because I'm like 6'4", and if I slept from one end to the other straight, I could do it, but my face would be like right under the side, so there's no reason to do that. I can just go diagonal and be comfy, be cozy, be righteous, be good. Be Johnny. And that's bed. Time to break into the beverage center. Today, an old classic. We got a kitty from space. Nice little space kitty here. Ooh, still cold too. That's the beauty of having where you're camping, like a 20 to 25 minute bike ride away from where you live. You put the cans in and then leave, and then they're still cold. Honestly, I probably put this in there like an hour and a half ago too. Like between getting here and setting up and filming and everything, still cold after an hour and a half sitting in my pack, so that's nice. Oh, a little bit of a foam. That's pretty good. It's pretty G-dang good. This is how you know you're camping. The space kitty, or whatever it ends up being. Whether it's you know, a beer that you enjoy, or a beverage that's not a beer that you enjoy. Doesn't even have to be alcoholic, just any beverage. When you sit down, you got everything set up. I basically have nothing else to do tonight except for start a fire, and that's gonna be pretty easy. There's wood everywhere. I've already started collecting some of it. I'm gonna wait maybe hour and a half before I start the fire. It's getting dark pretty late now, and it's very bright out still, and the fire is going to create a lot of smoke, and there's still tons of people out on that trail and shoppers over here in this plaza, and I just want to keep it as low-key as possible. But I am cooking something new tonight. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to completely blow your mind. Something that I've never cooked on an episode of Small Plots before. You're gonna freak out. You're gonna freak out when you see this. It's fantastic. It's pretty windy. I can see the tops of the trees going, but not here in the ditch. Not here in the ditch. You might see the camera moving a little bit. That's because it's just attached to a dangling stick. That's held up by vines. By wild grapevines. So if you see the camera moving back and forth, it's that. I'm not Sam Bananas here. I don't have a whole crew going. Not that you know of anyway. So peaceful out here. It's another good thing about coming to a place that you've stealth camped before is you can be pretty sure you can get away with it. You never be too sure, but I'm pretty certain. You know, I've been here a couple times. I've never had any issues. I did do a lap around the area, around the perimeter of the forest. It's not a big forest, and even down the trail that I rode my bike in on, just to check out that homeless camp that I saw. It was a week. It's actually probably closer to a couple weeks ago now. Now that I think about it, I saw the guy. He was definitely a homeless man, and he was. It's weird it caught my eye. It was a little weird to see him because I'm not far from the border of the city, but I'm far from like dense city. I'm probably like a mile and a half, 2 miles from dense city. Maybe less, maybe mile and a half, something like that. Either way, yeah, he had a whole thing going. It was like a classic hobo camp. He had like a big pot, like a big stock pot, and it was just surrounded by bags containing his items. And I saw when I first saw him, he was just walking down the path, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. Actually, when I camped at the retention pond, when I left that morning, I noticed in the wood, because that's kind of close to here. When I left in the morning, I noticed some bags in the woods that I didn't see the day before. I don't know if they were there or not the day before, but I didn't see them. And I noticed them, and someone's breaking into the woods. So I was like, that's interesting. So then when I was just going on a bike ride a few days later, I saw him walking down the path, and I looked in, and there was his camp. And when I was coming back the other way, he was just chilling. He was maxing and relaxing right next to his big old stock pot. Probably had canal water and freshwater zebra mussels for dinner. Definitely didn't want to disturb him. That's the main thing. You know, it can't be easy living out in the woods like that in an urban area. I wasn't trying to get up in his space, and there's a safety issue too. But mainly, I just didn't want to get up in the guy's space. I'm sure his life is not going great as it is. You don't need some like bumbling idiot with a camera, coming in. So I just want to be respectful. And I'm glad I didn't see him. Hope he's doing good. Okay, just kind of getting things ready to start a fire in a little bit here. Got my kindling, currently sawing up some sticks. I don't know if that's getting on camera. I can't see if it is, but it's happening right there. Just little guys, we're having a stealth camp. Nothing bigger than, say, like an 1.5 inches, 2 inches in diameter. The wind's picking up, and it's getting kind of cloudy. It wasn't supposed to rain, but I just checked my weather app, and it looks like we're just gonna have like a 15-minute shower, maybe a half hour from now. So that'll be interesting. I'll wait to start the fire until after that. It's kind of when I was gonna start the fire anyway, around between 8 and 8:30. Or maybe I should start it before. Maybe I should start before so things aren't just wet. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Either way, the wind's definitely picking up. So pretty out here. I really love this spot. If that wasn't already very apparent, because I've been here before a couple times. It's just nice. Very picturesque little ditch. And when else do you get to camp in a ditch? That's not a thing you do. I love it. Love it. And there you have a fire. Went up pretty easy. There's some perfect kindling around here. Super dry, super thin. Mwah. I mean, you saw, it went up immediately, no problems. Obviously, I had the secret ingredient, little birch bark. But yeah, it's about a half hour before I was planning on starting the fire, but I wanted to get it going before it started to just rain a little bit. And then I had to start a fire with just a bunch of wet stuff, like recently wet stuff. So that's going. And now we wait for this alleged 15 minutes of rain. Can't even put that in the thumbnail. Oh yeah, it's starting to rain. Felt 1 drop, felt 2 drops, and now it's coming right down. If it gets any heavier than this, I'm gonna have to run right into my tent, which is currently getting getting worse right now as I speak. I'm gonna have to bring my chair. I got my chair right here. I'm gonna have to bring that in the tent with me too. Probably put it upside down or something so the muddy feet don't get all over the floor of my tent. But yeah, I might have to have a little tent moment here for a bit while this rain passes. Got the fire going at least. Put a bunch of wood on that. If it stays this way, I'm cool. You can see the sun coming in. It's not like terribly, you know, like thunderous and lightning out just yet. Right above me is overcast skies. Over there, not so much. Okay, now it's stopped. Maybe that was it. Either way, I'm ready. I got most of my stuff in my tent ready to go, other than my chair here. And now oh yeah, here it comes. Okay. All right, well, I guess I'll go in the tent then. It's definitely raining. You can see I don't know if you can see, it's like kind of sunny out there. So hopefully this doesn't last for too long. There we go. Well, okay, here we are in the tent. Hopefully the shower passes soon. It's supposed to. Got my space kitty here. I have my boots on still. They're kind of over right next to the entrance. I don't know if I should take them off. I guess I'll take them off so I can kind of like do anything else other than sit in this exact position. Oh geez, yeah, that's coming in a little bit. That's the problem with some of these vents that like face the sky. Yeah, well, if I walk through any poison ivy, my fingers and hands will have it now. Okay. Oh, this is cozy. This is pretty cozy in here, huh? This is kind of the beauty of the tent. If I was in a tarp right now, I'd still be okay. We've had little flash showers before. Oh, there's a mosquito in here. I don't know what to do with my beer. Every time I'm in a tent, I spill a beer. But there's a mosquito in here. I'm gonna have to get him. Fire's doing okay. Got everything in here with me. Got my chair right there, upside down, so I don't get any of the muddy bottoms on the bottom of my tent. Yeah. I think I might have gotten him. That might have gotten the mosquito. The one singular mosquito that was in here. It's pretty out there. There's like sun coming through. You can see it. But you can also probably hear the rain. It's not raining hard, but hard enough for me to not want to be out in it. It's one of those rains where you're like, it's not raining that hard, and you wait a couple minutes and you're just drenched because you're in this just ambient wetness. It's even coming through this window, but not too bad. I think I need the venting more than anything. It's warm in here. That's the other thing about tents, especially this tent. It just traps heat and air pretty well. Honestly, right on time. My weather app originally said 8:15 to 8:30, and then when I checked it again, it said 8 to 8:30, and it's 8:04 now. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for that weather app. Usually weather apps are hit and miss. Yeah, it's definitely coming in through this window. Not too bad. I'm not gonna close it. Yeah, I'm gonna close it. It's coming in. Oh, that's the best. This is the best lighting I've ever had in the history of small plots. Look at this. All right, well, I'm gonna hang out in the tent for a minute here. Kind of just, I mean, what a perfect trip to take a tent on, right? I've had moments where I've been hammock camping. I have my tarp and I gotta sit under the tarp while the rain passes, and that's fine, but this is kind of cozy. I'm kind of just cozy in here. I'm gonna sit and sip my beer, watch the rain, wait for it to pass, and then, and only then, I can cook my dinner that's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind, this dinner. You're gonna freak out, so get ready for that. I can't tell if the rain is over or it's just dripping off the trees, but I think it might be time to venture out. It's about 10 minutes before it said it was going to end, and it started right when it said it was going to start. So I'm going to listen to that for now. But the drop, I mean, you can hear it. The drops have become much more sporadic, and I mean, right now there's nothing. Might have just been off the trees for the last couple of minutes. I'll wait another 5 minutes or so and go out and cook some food because I'm getting hungry. And the fire still going. Imagine that. Let's get back to camping. Rain wasn't the only thing that got on my tent in the last 20-25 minutes. Come on! Come on! The rain and dripping have almost completely stopped. Look at this mud in front of my tent, just for me getting in and out, and just generally the ground already being saturated before this rain. Yeah, a little muddy. I pushed the tarp up underneath so rain didn't pool and you know, get underneath my tent. That would be bad. That's a rookie mistake right there. So I don't want to make that. I tucked it in on all sides. It was only out maybe 2 inches or so on the front and back. But yeah, I gotta be careful of that. That's just gonna get in my tent if I'm not careful. I got a bunch of new stuff on the fire, going pretty good. It never really left. Well, I mean, it didn't really go out the entire time it was raining, but I just threw a bunch of stuff on it, and I will be cooking very soon. We're eating beans. You know, it smells kind of like toads out here since it's rained. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's a distinct smell, toads. And it smells like toads out here now. Just some toads. I haven't found a single toad yet, but there are. I mean, it smells like them. Well, it turns out I just filmed me opening the can of beans and talking about how great these Hestra fall line gloves are in fast motion. That's not the first time I've done that with this camera, where it's very easy to accidentally set it to fast motion. I don't like that at all. I don't want fast motion at all. Can I just delete that feature off the camera? Anyway, here we go. We got a can of beans. I've got these amazing Hestra fall line gloves. These are Hestra fall lines. They'll do you right. I wear them in the winter. I wear them all year round when I'm cutting wood or putting beans in the fire. So here we go. Beans in the fire. Got some beans in the fire. Beans in the fire. Anyway, I've got these beans going. Try not to blind the camera. And there they are. I'm gonna eat them real soon. I'm pretty hungry. I'm pretty hungry for these beans. The rain has subsided completely. I have almost a full beer somewhere. Oh, it's way over there. I gotta get up. I have to get up and get that beer. But yeah, let's cook these beans, and maybe I'll film it in real speed and be able to show you guys. Good Lord. Beans. Disaster. I got beans on my glove just when I grabbed the can. Just beans on my gloves. My expensive, nice Hesters. I was just talking about how nice the Hesters were, and now there's beans on them. Well, I hope you're happy, beans. I hope you're real happy. These beans better be delicious, because they're starting to just be a pain in my butt. I'm hungry. And I'm covered in beans. Okay. Taking the beans off. Beans are off. Ooh, I can feel them bubbling. I can feel the beans bubbling in my hand. I'm gonna let those cool off for a minute. The beans are ready to eat for sure. I'm excited. Time to eat some beans. I got really hot. I had to let them cool down for a little while. Ooh, the can is still really hot. It's still really hot. But I got a whole can of beans here. I'm gonna eat every last drop because I'm hungry. Ooh, it's steaming. Oh, the dripping hot bean juice. Them's beans. Oh, I'm just dripping it everywhere. This is terrible. I'm getting it all over this glove. I'm blocking my hand with the spork. Or blocking my hand. My hand is blocking the camera with the spork. Sorry for the lighting situation. This is the best I could do. I'm like leaning far over, close to the light. Them some beans. Them some beans. I got nothing else. I have some candy bars. I might eat those if I remember I have them later. I got one beer left. I'm gonna eat that after I eat these beans. Man, it's dripping. It's dripping bean juice. These are some juicy beans. That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. Okay, well, I'm gonna eat these not bent over in my chair. Just like a normal man. I'm gonna sit up like a normal man and eat these beans. I've gone through enough turmoil trying to get these beans, between camera malfunctions and getting bean juice all over my glove and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just gonna turn the camera off now and just eat my beans. Just gonna turn this right off. Just eat my. Oh well, it appears to be raining now. I'm just trying to eat some beans in peace. I'm not gonna go in my tent until it starts raining harder, but it is raining again. I'm just sitting out here eating my beans in the rain now. I guess that's really all I have to say about that. Okay, got the can of beans in the fire. I'm not gonna burn it. Obviously the can's not gonna burn in the fire. I'm just kind of trying to get all the moisture out of it so I can bring it home tomorrow. Not so beany. It was delicious. It was, my fingers are a little sticky. My gloves are a little sticky. That's okay. I needed to clean those gloves anyway. Still sour about all that footage I lost to the time-lapse setting on this camera. But that's okay. I ate the beans. I'm gonna feed the fire a little bit and crack my last space kitty and just kind of relax. It's dark now, so probably it's about, I haven't looked at the clock, but I imagine it's around 9:30, 10. Bed is imminent. Gonna go to bed soon and wake up early and, you know, get up on out of here. So some beans. Well, I'm in the tent now. It's time to go to bed, I think. I have a little bit of my beer left. Found a cool, like, way to hold it in my tent without spilling it. I haven't spilled it yet anyway. It's at a kind of an angle so it doesn't tip. You know, if it's already tipped to one side, it's not going to tip anymore to that side or the other side. If I put it in like straight up and down, it may, you know, do what it wants. So that's why it's kind of like leaning up against the side there. So I'm gonna finish that up and fall asleep pretty quick. I'm very tired. Been getting up a lot earlier lately, and it is late, and it's like just sleep is coming. Sleep is coming soon. So unless anything like totally bodacious and radical happens in the night, I'll see you guys in a second. That was a fine sleep. I slept really well last night. Probably the best I ever slept in a tent. Noticing there's some condensation on the inside. That's par for the course for tent life, I guess. Only a little bit of mud in here. I didn't want to get. It's like 7:30 now. It's like kind of late to get up for a stealth camp. So I'm gonna pack up my effects and get out of here. That's the other good thing about a tent. Is I can do that inside here. Like I can sit on the ground and roll up my sleeping pad properly so it'll fit in my bag better, rather than there's a bug on the outside, rather than just like when I'm standing up, like I do when I camp with a hammock. Nothing really to report from last night. I just slept. That's it. I heard a fox or something getting annoyed at me like a couple hours ago around sunrise. It was just, I'm like, all right, buddy. He was like right over there. It was super close. I didn't see him, but I heard him. Yeah, lovely little small plot. This blanket was just barely enough last night. It got down in the mid to low 50s. I was fine. I have a hoodie on, but it was chilly for a minute. Yeah, all this good stuff. Gotta wash that glove. I brought one glove. I gotta wash it. I don't want beans staying on that, getting sticky. Yeah. Pack all this up. Really beautiful morning. The birds are chirping. The sun is out. I got some beans, really pretty. Nobody disturbed me. Hope I didn't disturb anybody. Oh, I got beans all over my fingers now. Yeah, just kind of packing up here. Pretty much everything is packed up other than the tent and the tarp below it. See if I can find it. I don't even know what I do. Oh, here it is. I brought my big orange bag. It like folds up into this pouch, really easy to bring, just in case everything didn't fit back nicely in the bag, especially the trash. So I might just have this dangling from my bike as I ride away. We'll see. I got plenty of space left in the pack. Not worried about running out of space just yet. But I got a whole big tent. I got all the tent that I got to fit in there, and the tarp. Huh? Come on, huh? Oh man, look at that cool big old tree over there. Whoa! Yeah. I was gonna try and climb this. My boots have way too much mud on them for me to climb this big old tree. Look how cool and big and old it is. It's alive. I just noticed it. It would make an incredible seat. But not for me right now because of the aforementioned boots. I couldn't take one step on this thing without sliding right off. So yeah, I don't want to hurt myself first thing in the morning. Okay, enough farting around. I'm gonna finish cleaning up. Well, here we are. I'm all packed up, ready to skedaddle. Yeah, it was a really nice spot. I don't know, maybe I'll never come back here again, but I like coming here sometimes. I can have a fire, I can have a tent, I can have a hammock. Yeah, I got my bike just kind of leaning up against that vine over there. And yeah, nothing to do, but I gotta pack up my chair and put my trash in my bag. Other than that, I'm good to go.
But this has been Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, new episodes of Small Plots every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. EST. It's often a stealth camp. Every once in a while, it's a regular camp, just out in the woods. Sometimes I walk around, I explore the city. There are things that happen on this channel. You get the picture. But thanks for watching till the end here, everybody, and I'll catch you on that. Is he really camping there again, nexty? Mwah.